Hey, internet strangers. Doesn't really matter who I am, because I'm not planning too much to do this more than once, unless I really have to. Um, I don't think I will have to. Uh, anyway, I'm going to walk you through my system of sound modding for The Witcher 3. I'm not surprised that there aren't that many sound mods out there, because this process is pretty annoying. There are lots of repetitive, stupid things that you have to do. And it takes a lot of staring at text and scrolling and sifting if you're really going to make a significant one. Oh god, it sucks to read all of that crap. But hopefully it'll be just a little bit easier after I walk you through how I do it. And if you see this and you go, dude, that is so inefficient, I can do this in like 4 minutes, please tell us how you do it, so that we don't have to do this every time. That would be so nice to not have to do this every time. So for this demonstration, after all that whining, what we are going to replace and insert is the combat tunes for White Orchard, which is the prologue space. We are going to replace whatever intense orchestral stuff they have going on with this little fun ditty.
Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Sign like it's hot, sign like it's cold. Sun like it in the pot, 9 days old.
1, 2, 3, 4. Patty cake, bake or man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with the beat. Put it in the oven for baby and me.
Fun, right? Yeah, it is fun. So here is the list of things you're going to need. You need your original Witcher 3 content folders. You're going to have to go into those to find some cache files. You need to uncook them, and when you've uncooked them, you have to get this file, specifically this file. I'm pretty sure there's no other file there's no other file that I've had to find for anything. You need the sound editing tools for The Witcher 3 that user Yog Sothoth 8088 posted on the CD Projekt modding forum for The Witcher 3. It's a nice little package of Python scripts with a little bit of information on how to use them, but it's not. You have to kind of read through the whole thread, really, to get sort of a grip on what is going on with those scripts. If you're not a computer person, you have to do that. I'm not really. I like doing music stuff and working with media, but I can't really do computers. Oh god. Okay, so you need QuickBMS, which you can get from the Nexus, I think. You need an audio editing software. I use Ableton, but that is categorically not free. Audacity is. I use the Divinity Sound Converter for a specific part of this that a lot of other people on the internet are probably going to tell you to use other tools for, but I haven't figured out. People keep bumping these tools that just don't work, or I'm just too stupid to figure it out. But nonetheless, if you, like me, can't get those tools that everybody keeps telling you to use to work, you should really use this one. If for no other reason than it's pretty. File structure is nice. It's even got a little icon. It's nice. You need Wise, which is also free. All of this is free. You need Notepad++, or something else that can open XML files, and I really recommend having something that can open XML files and present them as XML files, with all the color-coded formatting, because you will have to sift through huge amounts, really, of text, and it's a lot. if you don't have sort of some kind of something to break up what it looks like. So let's get this going. First, let's look at the folder structure. You have to put together a nice workspace because this can get overwhelming pretty quickly if you're going to make a substantial sound mod. There's a lot of repetitive file names that you need to keep track of. So this is how I set mine up. I have my Witcher modding, Mod Witcher, whatever you want to call it, folder where I do all of my modding stuff. I have my sound modding, which is in its own thing. That's not as important as having your own folder entirely for the mod that you're going to be doing. So I've named mine Pat a Cake. You should, I'm going to keep saying you should. You don't have to do anything, right? But this is the way I do it. So if you want to do it the way I do it, then you should do these things, because that's the only way that I know works. You need folders all named this. You need a batches and script folder. You need a modded folder where you can have a merged folder. This is key. And I highly recommend having a folder for each new sounds that you want to bring into the game, because they're, again, repetitive file names. It's easy to lose track of which ones belong where and which ones to cite or reference in your batch files. You should have a folder for when you're ready to pack your mod, a folder for all the original files that you extract from the sound caches, and I recommend copying and pasting all the stuff from QuickBMS into this space so that you don't have to leave it too many times. You will have to move around a lot, but yeah, for me it's easier to handle if I have them there. So I am going to start with doing the very copying and pasting that I have mentioned. I'm going to go into the folder that I downloaded. When you download QuickBMS, you unzip everything. You end up with a nice folder that has all of this stuff in it. Copy all of it, and bring it into your QuickBMS folder that you have made in your mod workspace. And into your batches and scripts folder, I'm going to redo this whole process. You want to create 3 batch files in the order that you will be using them. The first is called Prepare Wave, the second is called Compare Wave, and the third is called Create Sounds Cache. But to be able to use those, it would be better for you to go into the folder that you got when you extracted the sound editing tools for Witcher 3 and copy all of the stuff in there and bring it into this batches and scripts folder, because it just makes your batch file ever so slightly easier to write when you don't have to change directories at the beginning, and you can just command. It's just a one-line command. Now that that's done, you will go into your QuickBMS folder, open up QuickBMS, the executable. Come on, buddy. There we go. Go into this folder, right, that same directory that the executable is in, and open up QuickBMS 64. And I now that I'm getting to this, I'm realizing that that doesn't come with the original QuickBMS. I think originally it just has the Witcher 3 BMS. I'll actually try to dig it up and post a bunch of links. Anything that I don't really completely explain, let me know, and I'll keep adding links to the description and whatnot, so that we can supplement all this and make it as easy as possible for everyone. Now it's going to ask you to pick which files you want this QuickBMS to rip apart and spill its guts so that you can see what it ate. You should go into your Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt, etc., etc. Go into Content, and instead of going through each one of these separately, just search Sounds PC. Sounds PC. And you'll get these files. So let's keep track of which ones we've extracted already and which ones we still need to extract. We have so far extracted none, and we need to mess with them in order so that we don't trip on ourselves while we're walking. Pick these numbers to go by. So we are going to mess with Sounds PC Cache from Content 0 right now. We're going to open that, and then it's going to ask you for what folder you want it to spit the extracted files into. So I'm going to go into my Witcher modding, etc., etc. Go to the mod folder, workspace, directory, playground, and I'm going to go into the originals folder. And before we start separating them by type, we're just going to dump them all in there. Yeah, look at it go. That looks like fun. Oh boy. So when you get to this, you are done with that one Sounds cache, Sounds PC cache, but you have to keep doing it. So you're just going to repeat that process until they're all done, and I will be back when I have done that.